respect to, so we have defined the domain of cybersecurity 3.0, and we are at different stages of adapting and adopting it. So my question to all of you is, if you can take maybe 1.5 to 2 minutes to answer it, is what really is the biggest challenge that you see for yourself from a cybersecurity 3.0 paradigm point of view for the next 12 to 18 months?
For any cybersecurity person who is heading some operations or some group of a team of people, most important is that the team be trained.
Mm-hmm.
When the person is there at the desk and he doesn't know what to look out for, that is the biggest challenge. So you have to constantly, handhold them and group them, do the capacity building, and you're sure that they understand, and then only, okay, they're fit for the work. That's what you can then rest. So that is what they must be geared to look out for those things, because it is not everyone's cup of tea. It's like they need to be a little curious. So you have to show them this is how it is done. So they must understand, because only when you understand, you can look out for those things. When certain thing happens or occurs, you will be able to make sense of that kind of a thing. So they must understand. They must know. So they must be trained. That is one. Second is, many times the security personnel are overloaded, because we are sitting on huge amounts of data, huge amounts of when there is an incident, let us say there's an incident which happens, there's a lot of data to be gone through. So these people will be doing many other things, and amidst that accommodating that, it becomes so we need to be able to use our methodologies or ways of tackling these tasks in a way that a job becomes a little easier. Automation and analytics, I think they should be, try that. We should be doing some system testing and exploration to be applied, those kind of things. That's what I feel.
In my opinion, one is every organization should have a cyber crisis management plan, and they should, each of these people who are responsible for this should know about the plan and what type of remediation that will do in case there is a cyber attack. Definitely, the lack of talent is one of the challenge we face. So we tried to make it as a hybrid team. In fact, for our SOC, we had our own in-house team of people whom we trained initially. And then we took from the market sample of a few resources. I made a hybrid team. So we have best of both in-house as well as to man the SOC operations. Definitely the tools what we have should interface with the threat intelligence feeds, which can be taken, because first of all, we should know the adversaries, who are the adversaries, and how they act, what is their techniques and tools they use. That is important. The threat intelligence, threat hunting, these are things which also is important to be slightly ahead, or at least be in the game. One thing is still important, that we also have to have monitoring of the real-time monitoring of the logs, security logs which generated. Definitely, this has to be automated, because the huge amount of logs are generated, and so we should know basically which are critical, which is non-critical. And then work out on certain metrics. For example, something like mean time to detect, how much time I take to detect basically that somebody is already inside the network and the malware and other things. Second is mean time to investigate. Mean time to investigate, how much time you take to investigate. And third will be the mean time to remediate those activities. So total metrics will depend on all these, let us say, how much is all these times, the mean time to detect, mean time to investigate, mean time to remediate. So overall, you can see that by doing that, you can contain the challenges what is on hand.
Yeah, actually, when we talk about challenges, as most of the speakers have said, the biggest challenge is skilled workforce. Especially in government sector, we do not have skilled people who even have the ideas, or even our recruitment process is not such that we recruit such skilled workforce who can work for us. you can say at most what we can do is outsource these things. What we have done currently is we have asked someone to create a SOC for us who can monitor, who can, like, we do not have any skill set even to, you can say, even to respond to what these skilled people tell us. We have to rely on them for everything. So the biggest challenge is, you can say, the skilled workforce that we do not have. And the other one is, you can say, the culture. People are still not willing to adapt things. Like, if you talk about a basic thing, email, recently we use NIC email, and they introduced just a simple two-factor authentication thing. And people were even reluctant to, यार ये 2 बार password कौन डालेगा? मतलब, they're even reluctant to have a two-factor authentication for something like email, and to ask them to prevent phishing and all those things. To get that culture change is difficult, especially I'm talking about the setup that government has.
So in my opinion, all these tools and technology, you have only two problems: budget and availability. So if you have budget and availability, you can spend whatever you can. But I agree with ma'am that the weakest link is people. Of course, she mentioned about the team, but I said every employee, they should own the cybersecurity, right? So people awareness, they should be aware about what is going on. And if you'll ask me, my challenge is to make people aware and give the awareness training. If people are aware, then it's okay. Then they don't open unknown mails, or they don't click. They don't go to websites and or malicious sites and something. But if you put state-of-the-art equipments or tools, monitoring system, and your people are lazy, they don't listen to you, then it's of no use.
Almost all the guests has covered everything, but still I need to focus somewhere in the cybersecurity, like collaboration in different kind of technology is most important. It's like if you are hiring a bodyguard for yourself, okay, 3 bodyguard, one is speaking Chinese, one is speaking Russian, and third one is, you can say, Arabian. Okay, it doesn't help. Okay, so they should speak natively, and they should share information with each another. That's the main motive to do the security in depth, defense in depth. Second thing, nowadays, cybersecurity is very challenging due to the IoTs and OTs, okay, where we don't have any kind of control. And to be frank, I have researched a lot of things, so that's why I told that I can say that the current situation of market is, especially while I'm talking about the OT securities, is a framework patch management, which is nothing over there. Okay, it should be the need of market. Somebody will come with that, and should be sandboxing as well from firmware. Okay, that's my thought. It's not, there is no any kind of technology till now, but it's my thought. It should be like that. If we are doing patch management for our system, that should be the patch management for the firmware as well. Okay, and it should be tested in the sandboxing. That's all. And weakest link is always people. That I know, because 80% attacks happens because of the people. So training should be the best way to eliminate this thing. We cannot eliminate, but we can reduce it at the level that we can bear.
So, getting all the inputs from the experts who are present there, some of the common takeaway of the challenges that we as a service provider try and solve. Obviously no one can be perfect, but yes, as a purpose that we serve from the cybersecurity perspective, we try to bring peace of mind to all the customers that we have. And from that perspective, if I say some of the common takeaway of the challenges that we sort out is obviously awareness. So training is very much significant. This actually empowers all your employees, even in their, protecting their personal data while they are using some, mobile handset, they are doing them some personal transaction. It is very important. And as Mr. Akash has and somebody has pointed out that they are very reluctant to getting used to some two-factor authentications and all. So awareness is first level of change in cybersecurity. Second key area is the integration, and in somewhat in a different manner what Vaibhav has pointed out, having a collaboration. So a collaborative platform, a single dashboard, which can give you a holistic insight. And what ma'am was also repeatedly, emphasizing that there should be some automated response mechanism. There should be some, single integrated view which can bring all the information and give you insights on which you can take some action. And then we also talk about threat intelligence, which Mr. Prasad pointed out. So all these things lead to a conclusion on 3.0 that we must be proactive. There should be high level of awareness, and we should very aptly utilize the automations, because the way we are going towards digitization and the automation, we need to be very, very robust and proactive in our approach, so that we get the insights at least in advance that which of our critical assets are prone to some of the threats which are emerging globally. So it's very important that you bring some, global and international experience to your perspective, because the attacks, the threats are not restricted to our land. It is coming from abroad. It is coming from anywhere, and those markets are very matured, and so are the threat hunters, the threat vectors. They are very, very mature. They are even far more advanced than what we can think of. And that's where, to conclude, for people like us, we are doing a lot of R&D, and we are bringing out such tools which can sit beyond your SOC and collect those events and logs and give you very actionable and proactive insights, so that you can manage your complete security posture and have a central visibility of your entire organization.